Welcome to Adult ypww Lesson 8. I do not own the rights to this music. Today's lesson text is coming out of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 13 through 18. The topic of today's lesson, the ruler of the final age. The memory verse is coming out of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24. I will read the King James Version first and then the New International Version. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to God, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and authority and power. The New International Version. Then the end will come when he hands over the kingdom to God, the Father, after he has destroyed all dominion, authority, and power. Our first 7 lessons looked at the final age in the Hebrew Bible. We saw the concept, which was the basis of ancient Israel's eschatological beliefs. What is more, we dealt with another issue that is created by the expectation of the day of the Lord, namely the identity and the function of the Messiah. The speculation about the day of the Lord and the Messiah served as a point of departure for New Testament images of the end time. That is to say, first century AD Christianites saw the task of Jesus as the realization of those Old Testament passages that referred to the final age, which would be finished at his return. The Perusa, we shall return to this shortly. So then, this lesson will address the second coming of Christ. The method will be to derive a basic understanding of the term Perusa and its meaning as it relates to the reappearance of Christ. Although 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 13 through 18 will be the textual focus of this lesson, the material will be taken from 1 Corinthians chapter 16, 2 Corinthians chapter 7, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. The coming of the Lord is a tenet that permeated the proclamation of the first Christians. We have mentioned that the term that the King James Version often translates as coming is the Greek word perusa. This term is used about the coming of Stephen and found in 1 Corinthians chapter 16 verse 17. Titus and 2 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 6, and the man of sin found in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 9. In all these instances, Perusia means nothing more than coming or appearance. Yet when this term is used when talking about Jesus, it takes on a definite meaning. The New Testament speaks of the Perusia of Jesus as being that time when he would gloriously return to the earth, complete his redemptive mission, and usher in the complete reign of God. The questions for today's lesson. Number 1. Certain portions of Scripture teach that Jesus is ever present with the believer. Matthew 18 verse 20, Matthew chapter 28 verse 20, and Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5. If this is so, why must he return? Number 2, will the futuristic presence of Christ differ from his present presence with the believer? Why or why not? Number 3, what does the word Perusia mean? Number 4, in relationship to the second coming of Christ, what should be the attitude of the believer about temporal concerns? The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.